Hi, I'm Caitlin, and for my diversity project, I was thinking about talking and interacting with my friend Kathy. Kathy and I didn't meet till middle school when our elementary schools combined to middle school, but we became pretty close after that. And most of our interactions through since middle school have been in a school or learning environment. So we haven't got to really see each other outside that, and we didn't know each other before, so I don't know a lot about her childhood, so I figured this would be a good time to get to know my friend Kathy better. And the reason I think she'd qualify for this project is my friend Kathy is a Chinese American. Myself, I am American through and through. Parents born here, grandparents born here. Been born here and raised here my entire life, and with the exception of traveling through Canada to get to New York faster, I haven't left the country. But my friend Kathy, both her parents are from China, and her grandparents, but then her parents moved here to America, and Kathy has lived in both China and America, so she has had some different experiences than I have. For our interactions, one thing that both Kathy and I have in common is we love food. So I figured that'd be a good place to start for the interactions. I was thinking for when I host, because I'm American, I would show her kind of the food I was raised on. So taking her to some place that's like Five Guys, burger and fries. So just burgers, fries, hot dogs. It's kind of almost ballpark food, which I kind of works for me because I'm a huge baseball fan, which Kathy's not. So this is just the kind of food I've grown up on is burgers, fries, chicken, tacos, kind of just stuff like that. Very American and Western kind of foods, I guess. But my friend Kathy has grown up eating more Asian inspired foods. She eats a lot of Chinese foods because that's what her parents knew how to make. And so growing up, when she started cooking, that's what she knew how to make. And I figure for when she hosts and when we talked about it, going to a Chinese or Chinese American restaurant would be a good idea for a couple reasons. I mean, one, we'll get to see the differences, or with these interactions and going to restaurants, it may not seem like a big thing, but for us, I think it'd be good because we'll get to see the differences in our cultures on a plate. Just looking at the different kind of foods and what each of us grew up eating. And from there, I feel like we can just kind of talk more about what it was like growing up in our respective homes. I know we've each had different experiences, although we are similar. We both have a mom and a dad. We both have a younger sister, but the way we've grown up and the beliefs and morals we've come to hold and the values we've been taught are different. I know that Kathy has worked in a Chinese restaurant. I have no work experience at all, let alone in a restaurant. So just I felt restaurant would be a good place to start, and because we have the food differences, and it's a good way to get us to just start talking because we haven't seen each other since graduation, so June of last year. And each restaurant, it's gonna bring up different memories. It's gonna remind us of different things growing up. So I figured this would be a good place for us to look at the differences and get to know each other from our childhoods better because we don't know a lot about that. Figure timing wise with these, just like maybe a week and a half before doing the video so that it's fresh in my mind, maybe the day at after or later that day, depending on the time, make the video just so I know what it's like. I mean, going timing wise, going to a restaurant is fairly flexible. um, but yeah, I figure Five Guys versus a Chinese restaurant, there's going to be a lot of differences just within the restaurant itself with food and just how the place is set up and decorated. And I felt they'd kind of capture who we are fairly well, and then we can just run with it. So I'm Caitlin, and that's my project. Did I forget anything? I think I covered what I needed to. But yeah, I'm gonna take this as a chance to get to know my friend Kathy better and understand what it was like growing up in her house and being a Chinese American. Okay, bye.